What's up, YouTube? I have been wanting to make this video, I guess, for a while. I just, didn't really know how. I titled it The Truth About What's Really Going On, just because I feel like I've been wanting to, mention this or, discuss it. Because it reminds me more of, the realities of, having a mental illness, because, I mean, that's literally what I have. But I say the truth because I wholeheartedly believe that I've been misdiagnosed and not ever seeking the correct treatment. And I say this with a lot of evidence, I guess. But the adult figures in my life and professionals don't really listen to me. And that's where the lack of help or support comes from, if that makes sense. So I guess it's hard because with the people I've talked to in my life, people I've met along the way in my life, and just knowing myself, I guess I'm just aware of something that nobody's willing to listen to me about. So I'm not gonna I guess say what it is, because I don't wanna come off as I'm diagnosing myself, because I'm aware that I can't do that. But I wish I could explain or describe to you guys how I know these things. So in other words, I'm just gonna talk about what it's like being me, I guess, and when I'm not okay, without putting some sort of word on what it is. Anyway, so I guess you could talk about the impulsive decisions I make and the struggles I have around it. Because for years, during certain episodes or phases, I'll kind of think I'm capable of doing things in that time frame, that in reality, once I come down from it, I'm not gonna be able to be consistent with it. And the only reason I find this video important is because of my social media platforms and wanting to speak up on mental health and mental illness, and I enjoy documenting things for myself and then for my peers, and I know it helps other people. So that's where I find the importance in this video. It's not just a video just to make. There's a reason behind it, I guess, which is what I'm explaining right now. And I'm someone who I'm really good at coming up with a million different ideas and telling people I'm going to do them, and will post about saying I'm going to do something and then won't end up doing it. And I always feel guilty after, and I hate it. And I commit to things in a moment, not really seeing, I guess, that I won't be able to keep doing it. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. So I guess I can give examples. On my YouTube channel that I've had since high school, but you haven't seen. But if you're new here, you clearly didn't see the other videos, so I deleted them. And sometimes I would go on my Instagram and post okay guys, what do you want to see me post about? Or give me questions for a Q&A, or all this shit, whatever. In that moment, in that time frame, I'm really good. I'll believe that I can do the thing that I'm asking of people. or like saying I'll do. But then it only takes like either moments, days, or weeks, or whatever, for that like switch to go off, and I won't do it. And it drives me insane. Or like I'll go through phases where I'm obsessing over like being productive and like getting all these things done for like my social media, and then I'll go through like breaks, like how I went on the social media break. But I went on that break just because I wasn't ready to I wasn't able to commit to posting. Like that's what it really was. It was more just like me telling everyone like that I guess that I'm not okay. I don't know how to describe the things that I'm saying or like feeling. Like it's really hard sometimes to describe it to people and like be open and vulnerable and stuff about like the real shit. I think that's why I struggle also with like meeting new people, because like I've made friends recently and they're amazing people, but they don't know the shit that I go through or I am going through. And I don't know how to, and as much as I know they'd probably be good at listening about it, it's like I can't. It's like weird when you first meet someone, like you don't want to, like it's like you want to show all of you, but like there's so much about you that's still so dark and like broken and crazy and like insane. And I don't know how to like, I don't know, like I don't know how to be me while I'm struggling. Like when I'm like on top of the world and I can like, I feel like I'm cured and I don't have any sort of like mental illness and like I can just do anything and everything because I'm the most amazing person in the world, like then I feel like I can have friends and I'll be like really excited to like start all these new friendships or relationships or like pursue talking to people and being hella outgoing and like just so crazy and energetic about life. But then like I crash and I don't feel that way and I don't really, I guess it's hard to like care. I don't know. And like even like with the business, I honest to God started this business on an impulse because I remember last year I had an idea, because literally my brain is always talking and always just like coming up with shit. And I had an idea in the middle of me, like I ended up sending a video to the girls and I'm just talking fast as shit about how excited I am about this freaking idea that came to my head. It's not even fully together. In the matter of 2 weeks, I like made a fucking Instagram account about it, posted about it on my main, and was like, guys, I'm starting like a mental health business. I like this is within like most people, like when they get an idea and like run with it and go with it, they don't do it seconds after they come up with the idea. Like most people will like kind of break it down and like really try to figure out like how to make it work and like, you know, like do the step-by-step process. Like I legitimately had an idea that just popped into my head one day while I was on my floor doing like just lying there, said it to the girls, and then like flew with it and just in like 2 seconds came up with like put an Instagram together and like, and you see how I'm so inconsistent with it and I can't keep up with it and it's not growing. It's because I don't function that way. Like I come up with things and then during a phase of that I'll be really good at like being productive about it, and then I crash immediately after and I don't care. Like I don't care. And that's the other part, is like I don't, like there were times where I seriously don't give a shit. Like I really don't care. And I feel like I'm struggling so much and I feel like I'm going insane sometimes because I will literally go through phases of just loving everything. Like when I went through my spiritual awakening and like felt like I was healing and like doing all this shit, like that was a literal phase. Like I don't feel any of that right now. I don't even recognize the person that like was doing all of that. I'm not even kidding. Like I don't recognize who she is, even though I know it was me. Like I don't feel any of that. I feel so disconnected and like not. I don't know how to like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I'm explaining things correctly, so I don't know if you guys are gonna understand like what I'm saying. And like, there's just so many things that like I do in these moments of feeling like I can conquer anything that just backfire so fucking bad, because then when I'm like this, I literally ask myself, I'm like, why did you do that? Like, why'd you commit to that? Why'd you pay for that? Why'd you do, like, why did you do any of that? Like right now, I'm in yoga teacher training. This summer when I was doing my healing and feeling on top of the world and thinking I'm like, oh, just healed from all my mental health illnesses, and now I'm just working on my mental health and everything's fine. I was like, oh my gosh, like let me do yoga because it cures everything, like I'm gonna be fine. Like, no, like, because now I'm in classes and stuff like that. I can't even, I remember talking to my teacher specifically and being like, I'm really stressed out and I'm really anxious every time I come here because I don't know what I'm doing. And the reality of that is because I'm not fucking practicing. I'm not practicing because I have no fucking motivation to get out of that bed and actually fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, I just, and right now in this moment, I don't know if you can fucking tell, but obviously I just don't care. And like, I feel like everything is just so much harder when I make those dumbass decisions when I'm feeling those other feelings or whatever and thinking I can just do stuff. Like, I did not have anything in my bank account to pay for that fucking, for the training. Like, I literally don't have any money. I just spend it. And I paid, it was like a $500 deposit, and then it's like thousands of dollars just to take these classes, and I'm on a payment plan. And it's leaving me with like no money each week or whatever. And like, I hate working because I can, like, I go through phases where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so good at working. And like, I can just go to work and like be productive and all this stuff. And I'm like making money. But then once I crash again, I'm spending all that money in 2 seconds because of retail therapy and like needing to buy stuff just because it makes me feel good. I'm not saving any of it. I suck at saving money, even though I want to so badly be the type of person who's like, well, like I save my money and like I'm so good at taking care of my. No, I'm not. I'm not good at taking care of my money. I spend it. Like, oh my God. I don't know. There's just so many things that have always been wrong and just going wrong, and I never know, like, and it makes me feel so crazy. And I literally don't know what to do. Like, I don't. And there's just so much going on that like a lot of people in my life don't know about, and then there's like very, very select few people who do. And the combination of like too many things going on and so many opinions flying around all the time, and people who don't really know who I am trying to help, like it doesn't, and it's annoying. And like right now, like I know I have classes this weekend, I don't want to go. And all of this, and it pisses me off because there's some part of me that knows like what could help, but then there's a giant part of me who does not give a fucking shit. Like who just really like I don't care. I don't know if I'm explaining any of this correctly, but I just need to tell you guys the reality of what really goes on in my life, because this has been going on for years. And I have really bad mood switches. I've been calling them mood switches for the longest time. And it showed, like, even this weekend during Halloween, I had the fastest and one of, like, the deepest mood switches on planet fucking Earth. I went from being so happy and just enjoying every single second of a moment I had with my best friends to receiving one message that flipped the entire night upside down. And when I tell you, and this is not the first time this happened. This happens a lot. And it's so hard to explain to people because it's like, you want to say, like, you want to so easily be like, well, Lauren, like, don't let this ruin your night. Like, just have fun. Like, just keep laughing again. Just, like, enjoy life. You're here with your best friends. Like, just have fun. Like, just breathe. Like, just go dance. Just go do something. Like, oh my God. Like, that stuff drives me so crazy because I'm like, I can't. Like, you're saying things that are so obvious. Like what are those people called? The, Captain Obvious. Like, no shit. Like, you idiot. Like, obviously that would fucking help, or obviously this would do this, but clearly I can't do it. And it's so frustrating. And my friends were telling me, they're like, Lauren, like, it hurt to see you, like, go from, like, that stage to another stage. I mean, they're used to it, but I mean, it's like, it still sucks. And the worst part is I feel guilty after every single time. Like, I feel so guilty. Like, I'll like, it'll be like a few days, it'll either be days or weeks after where I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Or I can't believe, like, I said those things, or I felt those things, or I, whatever it was, like, whatever the situation was. I always feel so guilty after. Because, like, for me, like, for this weekend in particular, I felt guilty for, like, ruining the night. Like, I thought I ruined everyone's night, and everyone was mad at me, and, like, I'm the worst friend ever. Like, those are the thoughts that went in my head after. But in the moment, when I tell you I didn't give a single fuck, like, I was so numb to my core about what had happened over a text, like, over a text message. Like, I went so numb. I didn't, like, there was, everyone's partying around me and there's loud music, and it literally felt like everything was like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it felt like everything was distant. Like, the noises were distant. My friends talking to me were distant. Like, everything that was supposed to be, like, loud or whatever in the room felt so far away. I was like, not okay. And right now, I'm not okay. And, like, I'm aware when I'm not okay, but, like, I don't know. I just think it's so crazy, like, that this shit has been happening for so many, like, years. Like, I feel like it's just, like, a non-stop, like, fucking war, like, battle in my head. And yeah, no shit, I still have good days sometimes, but, like, just on the bad days, it's, like, always, like, my mood, like, everything is always at the extreme. Like, everything always has to be on, like, level 5 million instead of just being, like, a normal fucking level. I don't know. I guess things just aren't really that easy right now. And I mean, I feel like that's why I'm struggling with, like, posting right now. And when I do post, I mean everything I'm saying. And I enjoy learning about, like, meditation and mindfulness and tips on how to get better, because they do help. They help in the moment. They just don't help forever. And I guess it's just hard. But then part of me kind of wants to, like, I'm, like, glad I'm sharing stuff like this, and I want to, like, talk more about this sort of stuff where I'm like, this is what it really feels like. Even though, like, I'm not kidding. When I post about those things, I'm not lying about them, and I believe them in that moment. But I also need to share about the moments where I feel like this, where I just, like, I don't care. Like, there's days where I just don't give a flying frick about anything or anyone. And, like, that's a reality too. Like, that's also part of, like, me, I guess. And I don't know. And there's just so many other videos I can make off of this one, because I can go into details about every little aspect about my freaking brain, my head, my thoughts, my past, my present, all of it. But I can't tell you that it's easy to just, like, be in these moments and just get up and do yoga, or get up and meditate, or get up and do something. Like, right now, this is helping me in this moment, like, just talking. And it might be because, like, nobody's sitting in here with me, so, like, I'm kind of, like, just talking to a camera, even though you guys are gonna watch this later. I don't know why it sometimes just feels good to, like, talk to my phone, I guess. But I think I'm tired of trying to, like, be this perfect, like, or not even perfect. Like, sometimes I don't even know how to, like, describe it. Sometimes I think that I give off this idea that I'm doing so well, and I'm not. Or, like, I picture in my head that everyone thinks that I'm, like, thriving and, like, healing and doing the best ever, and I'm just, like, amazing, and I'm really not. Like, I'm not. I'm but then part of me hates that because like I don't want to tell people I'm a mess or like I'm crazy or I'm insane or something. Like I don't want that to come off that way, but it's like part of me. Like I mean, some days I'm just not like perfect or whatever. Not to say that people think that I'm perfect, because I hate that fucking word because it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know, I feel like you get what I mean. Like I feel like I come off a certain way, even if it's not true. Like even if it's the people are not thinking that, it feels like people think that that's how I feel. And sometimes I don't. But I don't know, maybe I'll just start documenting videos of me venting about the stuff going on in my life and post about them, and then maybe I can like actually show therapists and professionals and get actual help. Maybe this is what I'm gonna turn into. Whatever. Okay, I think I'm done talking. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Like it, I guess. Subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. Comment. Do whatever you want to do. I don't really care. And I'm gonna go back to watching Vampire Diaries because I restarted it for the millionth time. It's literally playing right now because I forgot to turn it off. But yeah, so I'll try to post for you guys. I'll try to post Halloween pics. I honestly might talk about and reflect on this weekend in my post. I went shopping yesterday and bought a bunch of shit because I fucking felt like it, even though I literally don't have that much money. And I'll do a haul probably on my TikTok. So go follow my TikTok, my Instagram. Everything will be there. I did release something for the business a few weeks ago, so you can go buy that too on my website. I'll just link everything below. But yeah, your girl's not doing great right now. She's not. She's really not. And it's about time I get to express the reality of my mental illness, because you need to know. Like, I don't know. It's not even that you need to know, because like nobody actually needs to know shit. It's more like for me, to be honest with you, because I feel like when I blog on my Instagram or like post things, like 75% of the time it's for my own self, because for some reason getting it out there and having someone know how I'm feeling makes me feel less like alone, I guess, or like, oh well, I've technically told someone, so I'm okay, like I don't need to reach out. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like that's what goes through my head and it makes me feel better. So yeah, but anyways, okay, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm gonna try my best to work on myself, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. More videos to come, because I haven't been posting on YouTube, but here I'm finally posting this. I guess you know what the hell's going on and why I'm not posting. This is why, because I'm stuck in this, like, I don't know what the fuck to do and I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know. Okay. Bye.